So I'd
more.
say about 6 or 7 mil, depending.
What do you think? Should I go for 7 mil just to be safe?
Yeah, yeah. But now,
Yeah,
are you looking at the
agents, but yeah.
thing? But anyway, basically, with Vinny, he's obviously the mechanic and stuff,
Oh, yeah, I see.
and things like that. Vinny is actually a veteran as well. Well, technically, if Killdozer and Vinny actually did serve in Afghanistan,
Yeah,
and obviously, he wears his dog tags because obviously he holds on to the army type thing. But yeah, basically, the reason his loyalty hits the max and stuff is because Killdozer actually did save him. Save him in Afghanistan. Um, but anyway, basically, his obviously everyone that joins the Killdozers does get their kind of like own version of the Killdozer's jacket, but you only get one if you've been a member and you've proven yourself. You know what I mean? It's basically just
yeah.
a motorbike crew. But yeah, Vinny is his most trusted sergeant at arms, basically. Um, he he basically, oh yeah, and he actually did get shot as well because obviously that's what caused the mark on his chest. He actually did
Okay.
get shot in the chest. The only reason well, during like a story arc is that Vinny actually almost died. If it wasn't for them defending the super vials, or should I say the veil or the vials, um, basically Killdozer runs into one of the facilities, takes one of the vials, and literally uh, injects it into his bloodstream and pours it into the gun wound as well. And so Vinny becomes the first ever made, well, person with superpowers, and basically he's got a healing factor, but it's not as powerful as say like Deadpool's. Every like slash and every mark does actually scar. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
when the healing factor takes place, the bullet gets pushed out of his chest, and he does heal, but it leaves a scar. Vinny, well, I'll say this: he actually did lose sight in one of his eyes as well, because obviously the people that was torturing him, that wanted to know everything about the Killdozers, actually did blind him in one eye as well.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's Vinny. Vinny and Killdozer are the closest in the group. And I'd say within when Vinny becomes kind of like the first one to ever have powers from the from the vials or the veils. He basically gains. I wouldn't say like massive amounts of super strength, but let's say if he falls off of his bike and I don't know, like let's say if he breaks his arm would literally heal back into place. So basically, his powers aren't that powerful. It's just that it's got a healing factor, and his kind of bone muscle density kind of increased. So he can probably lift probably on the same levels of like a forklift.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I'll say this: Killdozer was born with his powers, and so anyway. Do you like the idea of the Killdozers anyway? Obviously, the Killdozers are not like villain. They are, but they're not. If that makes sense, they're kind of like an anti-hero.